Dear chosen one, some people walk a very different path in life. They don't talk much about what they're doing. They don't feel the need to share their every move on social media. They're not hiding, they're just focused. These people understand the strength that comes from silence. They move with intention. They work quietly. They grow in private. And when the time is right, their results speak for themselves. Being quiet doesn't mean being weak. In fact, silence can be a sign of great strength. Some people don't talk because they're planning something big. They know that sharing too soon can bring distractions. They've learned that not everyone around them is truly happy for them. So, they keep things to themselves, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. They know their path is sacred, and they protect it by keeping quiet. There's a power in keeping your life private. When you don't tell everyone your next step, no one can block you. You protect your ideas, your energy, and your dreams. Many times, when people start talking about their plans, others try to stop them. Maybe they don't believe in them, or maybe they feel jealous. That's why people with purpose stay silent. They let their success do the talking. People like this don't need outside approval. They don't need likes, shares, or praise to feel good. They're confident in themselves. They know where they're going, and they trust the journey. They listen to their own heart, not the noise around them. They wait for the right time to act, not because they're slow, but because they're wise. They don't rush just to impress others. They move with the universe, not with the crowd. This kind of life may seem lonely to some, but it's actually very peaceful. When you're not explaining yourself all the time, you have more space to grow. You have more time to think, to plan, and to create. You stop worrying about what others think. You start focusing on what really matters. You start to hear your own inner voice, and that voice becomes stronger with time. Sometimes, when people feel chosen or called for something special, they start to live differently. They see things others don't. They feel things deeply. They walk a path that others don't understand. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. They don't expect everyone to get it. They just keep moving. And because they keep things private, they move more freely. No one is watching their every move. No one is holding them back. There's something beautiful about being misunderstood. When people don't know what you're doing, they can't stop you. They might guess, but they won't know for sure. And that gives you power. It gives you space. It gives you freedom. You can build your dreams quietly, step by step, until one day everyone sees the full picture. And by then, it's too late for anyone to block it. People who walk in silence often do so because they've been hurt before. Maybe they trusted the wrong person. Maybe they were judged or laughed at. Maybe they felt the sting of betrayal. So they learned to move quietly, not because they gave up, but because they became smarter. They learned how to protect their peace. They learned how to move without noise. And that wisdom became their strength. Spiritual people often walk this silent path. They feel the weight of energy around them. They know that not all attention is good attention. They sense when someone is not for them, even if they smile to their face. They've been through things that changed them, and those lessons taught them to value their energy. They know that energy is real, and some people can drain it just by being around. So they create space. They pull back. They stop talking about every little thing. They don't share their dreams with just anyone. They know that some people will try to plant seeds of doubt. They know that others will try to copy, mock, or twist their words. So instead of giving others the power to interfere, they simply stay quiet. And in that quiet, they become even more powerful. Privacy is not a wall, it's a shield. It's not about hiding, it's about protecting what matters. People who walk with purpose know this. They don't post everything they do. They don't overshare. They don't let just anyone into their inner world. They keep their circle small and their focus sharp. That's how they stay aligned with their mission. That's how they keep growing, even when no one is watching. This kind of life is not for everyone. Some people need to talk. They need to be seen. They need to be heard. But chosen ones, they don't. They've already been seen by the one who matters. They've already been heard by the universe. They don't need outside validation. They need clarity, peace, and protection. And that's what silence gives them. When people follow their calling, they start to care less about trends, timelines, or expectations. They don't feel pressured to keep up. They don't compare themselves to others. They know that what's meant for them will come. They trust the timing of their life. And because they're not distracted by what others are doing, they make steady progress. Quiet progress. The kind that lasts. If you feel different, if you've always felt like your life is meant for more, that's not a mistake. You may be walking the path of the chosen. And on this path, silence is not your enemy. It's your ally. It helps you move without being noticed. It helps you stay grounded. It helps you hear the voice within. And that voice will always guide you in the right direction. People might not understand why you're quiet. They might ask questions. They might think you're distant. Let them wonder. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You owe yourself peace. You owe yourself progress. And if silence helps you get there, embrace it. Let it be your tool. Let it be your shield. Let it be the quiet force that carries you to where you need to be. The world is noisy. Everyone is talking. Everyone is sharing. Everyone is trying to be seen. But there's something special about moving in the opposite direction. There's something powerful about choosing silence over attention, purpose over popularity, peace over drama. It's not the easy path, but it's the right one for those who are called. So stay silent when you need to. Protect your dreams. Keep your plans close. Trust your timing. Move with care. Grow in private. And when it's time, your light will shine so bright that no one can ignore it. Not because you shouted, but because you showed up. Fully, authentically, powerfully. And in the end, that's what being chosen is all about. It's not about fame. It's not about applause. It's about walking your path with strength, with faith, and with quiet confidence. Because when you're aligned with your purpose, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need to keep going, silently, steadily, and with your whole heart. In today's world, many people believe that being loud and constantly seen means being powerful. But the truth is, some of the strongest people are the quietest. They don't speak much, but when they do, their words carry meaning. They don't show off their plans or talk about their every move. Instead, they work in silence, letting their results speak for them. These people understand something important. Silence is not a weakness. It's a form of strength. It helps protect their peace, their focus, and their energy. Think about the wise people from history, leaders, spiritual teachers, deep thinkers. They weren't loud. They didn't need to prove anything to anyone. They watched, they listened, and they spoke only when needed. They knew that silence gives space to think clearly. It helps a person stay calm and focused. It keeps others from interfering with their goals or doubting their journey. In silence, they could grow stronger without distractions. People who walk this quiet path don't feel the need to be the center of attention. They don't constantly update everyone about what they are doing. They don't chase approval or popularity. Instead, they keep their goals private and their dreams close to their hearts. They understand that when you talk too much about your plans, you invite opinions, doubts, and distractions. But when you stay quiet, you keep your energy where it belongs, focused on building, growing, and achieving. Many people today share everything they do on social media. They want likes, comments, and attention. They want others to tell them, "Good job," or "You're doing great." They feel good when others notice their success. But this kind of attention doesn't last. It comes and goes quickly. People who truly understand their value don't need anyone else to tell them they're doing well. They already know it. Their confidence comes from inside, not from others. These quiet, focused people don't post for likes. They don't need applause. Their mission in life is already clear to them. They know why they're here. They know what they want to do. And they don't need the world to cheer them on. That's why they can keep going even when no one is watching. Their strength comes from their connection to something bigger, maybe their faith, maybe their purpose, maybe just a deep knowing inside. This gives them peace. It gives them focus, and it helps them walk their path without needing permission or praise. They are not trying to prove anything. They don't care if others understand them or not. They know that true power doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to be seen all the time. It just is. That's why they protect their energy. They don't waste time explaining themselves. They don't argue with people who don't understand. They just keep moving quietly with purpose. Another reason they stay private is because they are always changing. They're growing, learning, and becoming better all the time. What they believed last year might not be what they believe today. The person they were a few months ago is not who they are now. This kind of growth can be hard for others to understand. If they shared every step of their journey, people might get confused. Others might say, "But you used to believe this," or "Why did you change?" Instead of explaining themselves, these people simply choose to grow in private. They know that growth needs space. Change takes time, and it can't always happen under the spotlight. That's why they don't tell everyone about every new thought or belief they have. They protect their journey so they can explore, learn, and become without pressure. They don't want to be trapped by others' opinions. They want to be free to evolve. And so, they do that quietly, away from the noise. They also understand the deep value of being alone. Solitude isn't something they fear. It's something they embrace. When they're alone, they have the space to think, to create, and to connect with their deepest self. In that quiet space, great things happen. New ideas are born. Spiritual truths are discovered. Strength is built. Alone time isn't empty time. It's powerful, sacred time. It's where their biggest breakthroughs happen. They know that when they are alone, they can hear themselves more clearly. There are no distractions, no outside voices, no pressure to perform. Just them and their purpose. This is where they do their best work. This is where they heal, reflect, and become stronger. The world around them might be loud and busy, but in their quiet space, they find peace and focus. That's why they value solitude so much, because it helps them stay grounded and connected to what truly matters. These kinds of people, the quiet builders, the silent dreamers, the private thinkers, are often misunderstood. Others may see them as distant or secretive, but in truth, they are simply protecting something sacred: their growth, their peace, their purpose. They know that not everything needs to be shared. Some parts of life are too important, too personal, too powerful to put on display. If any of this feels familiar to you, if you find comfort in silence, if you don't feel the need for attention, if you're always changing and growing in ways others don't always see, then you may be one of these people too. You may be walking a higher path, a sacred path, a quiet, powerful journey that only a few truly understand. And that's okay. You don't need everyone to understand. You don't need the world to agree with you. What matters is that you stay true to yourself. Keep moving forward, even if no one claps. Keep believing in your purpose, even if no one else sees it. Your journey is not for everyone to understand. It's for you to live. In a world full of noise, your silence is golden. In a world chasing attention, your focus is rare. In a world full of copies, your uniqueness is your power. Keep guarding your energy. Keep building quietly. Keep trusting that your path is leading you exactly where you need to go. Don't let pressure from others push you to share what should be kept private. Don't let doubt make you speak when silence is stronger. Don't feel like you need to explain your growth, your changes, your path. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Your journey is yours. Walk it with pride. Remember, you're not alone. There are others walking this quiet path too. Others who value peace, focus, and purpose more than popularity. Others who are growing in silence and glowing without needing to show it. You are part of something powerful, even if it feels invisible to the world. And if this message came to you right when you needed it, take that as a sign, a confirmation, a reminder that you're on the right track, that your silence has power, that your focus has meaning, that your path, though quiet, is deeply important. So keep walking, keep growing, keep creating in silence. Let your success speak for itself. Let your peace protect you. Let your purpose guide you. The world doesn't need to understand you. It just needs the light you're bringing into it. Your journey is sacred. Protect it.